After my last video, I realized something important. My problem isn't just that I play too safe. I actually swing between two extremes. Sometimes I give up pressure way too early, and other times I push too far and throw the advantage completely. I don't really know where the line is between good pressure and greed. And that's what I want to try and figure out here. In this video, I'll break down a couple moments where I'm clearly too passive, a couple where I'm definitely too greedy, and then one spot where I genuinely don't know the right play, and I'd love to hear what you guys would do. To make this concrete, I want to start with the passive side, because this is the habit I default to the most. In this clip, I'm playing Paradox in yellow lane, about 12 minutes in. Bailey and I get a clean kill on both enemy heroes, Viscus and Pocket, so the lane is completely uncontested for a moment. At this point, there's no pressure coming back at us. The enemy lane is empty, the wave is available, and we actually have room to do something proactive. But my response is to reset and buy from the lane shop instead of pushing the wave or forcing a reaction. Nothing is forcing me out, I'm just defaulting to safety. What that does is give all of that space back for free. Instead of converting those kills into pressure, either by pushing the walker or taking enemy side farm, I let the enemy reset and the opportunity disappears. This is the passive extreme I tend to fall into, and it's still a problem, but it's only one side of the pressure issue. The opposite mistake is just as costly. This clip is the opposite problem. I'm in the yellow lane, by myself, about 10 minutes in playing 7. I push the wave and notice there's no immediate enemy pressure, so the lane starts to push cleanly into the enemy walker. At that point, I decide to go deeper into enemy territory and try to steal the Sinner sacrifice. On the surface, that feels reasonable. I have wave pressure and there's nothing directly contesting me in lane. But this is where the greed shows up. While yellow lane is pushed, mid lane is actually pushed the other way. The enemy is pressuring into our walker. That means they have low risk space to rotate, and I don't account for that at all. I'm also completely alone. No vision, no team support, and no easy escape if things go wrong. So when Billy jumps me, and Drifter follows right after, I have no outs, and just get collapsed on. The mistake here isn't trying to take resources, it's ignoring the risk context around that decision, lane states, rotation paths, and the fact that I'm solo. I push past good pressure and into space I don't really have control of. And this is where I genuinely don't know the right answer. I'm spawning back in as 7, and my team is already fighting for Urn in yellow lane, but it's going badly. Once I realize the fight is basically lost, I immediately rotate over to green lane to try and take the space on the opposite side of the map. 4 of my teammates end up dying in that fight for Urn, but most of the enemy team is still committed there. So even though I'm alone, I decided to try and keep pushing. I shove the wave into the walker, then move to take the enemy Sinner sacrifice. While I'm doing that, I hear the enemy team is starting mid-boss, which makes me feel like I have even more time. After I secure the sacrifice, I go back to the walker to help the wave finish it. Looking back, I think the wave probably would have killed it without me. Right after the walker falls, Pocket jumps me. I kill him once, but because the enemy team now has the rejuve for mid-boss, he respawns, re-engages, and ultimately ends up killing me. So this is where I'm stuck. I trade my life for a Sinner sacrifice and a walker, but my team just lost Urn, and the enemy team now has rejuve. Was taking space here actually the right choice? Even if the trade ends up being worth it on paper, did I push too far by staying? Or did I just get lucky that the enemy team didn't rotate faster? This is the part of Deadlock I'm still trying to get better at. Not just taking space, but knowing how much space is actually correct. In some spots, I'm clearly too passive. In others, I'm clearly too greedy. And this last one sits right on that edge. I'm really curious how other people think about this. If you are in this situation, what's your priority? Do you take the space and accept the trade, or do you reset and play it safer? I'm trying to learn this boundary better as I play, so if you got a different read, drop it in the comments, I'll definitely be reading them.